shockingly enough, the biggest surprise after moving to North Carolina wasn't actually the weather, especially coming from Seattle. It wasn't the cost of living. It was realizing that almost everything that we needed or everywhere we needed to go is about 15 minutes away. And that changed entirely how our daily life feels. Before we moved, we thought we had done our research. We'd looked into the cost of living. We'd looked into schools. We'd looked into future job opportunities. Whether we even had spreadsheets that kind of compared different scenarios in different areas. But no blog or video prepared us for what we have coined the 15-minute rule. So here's the first thing I didn't understand before. Commute time matters more than distance. Get that? Commute time matters more than distance. Back in Seattle where we lived, oftentimes in big cities, 5 miles could take 35 minutes. Here, 15 minutes often means 15 miles. You're moving. You're always moving. You're not sitting in back-to-back traffic. You're not at a stoplight for forever. That difference alone changes how your days feel. You stop planning every day around traffic. You start planning around your life, and that is a huge change. You don't need to leave the office at a certain time so that you don't have the hour-long wait across a bridge. This is huge for anyone relocating. You don't have to live where you work. So what's great about the Triad is you have Greensboro, you have Winston-Salem, you have High Point. That essentially is the definition of the Triad, or the communities that are a part of it. People can live in one city, work in another city, and everything still feels so very close. You can have dinner in one and live in another, or you can live in the different neighborhoods and communities in between them. Which is really, really nice. This means that you can choose where to live based on your lifestyle, not just the proximity to an office. You can have a quieter neighborhood when you're working downtown. You can have more space, really give you a different community feel. And you can still be home for dinner. You can still be home to help coach soccer practice. So here's the thing. People rarely calculate. Time is a cost, not just money. Time in the car, time stuck in traffic, time away from family. That is dollars. That is a cost. When you get that time back, everything changes. You can have more spontaneity. Let's go out for dinner tonight. Let's go get drinks. You can have less stress. You have more freedom. Even weekend plans feel easier. You want to go to the mountains or you want to go to the beach. You don't have to leave on a Monday instead of a Sunday because of traffic. Now, that doesn't mean that there's never traffic, but compared to larger metro cities or metro areas, the difference is really night and day. And I'm knocking on wood as I say this because I hope it doesn't ever change. But if you're thinking about moving to North Carolina, yes, look at the cost of living, look at the job market, look at the scenery, the proximity to other big hubs, but don't overlook the daily stuff. This 15-minute rule is really a gift of time, and it adds so much value that you might not even recognize that you're missing. If you're considering a move here, I share the real day-to-day lifestyle, like all these details that you can easily forget about. These are the things you don't see on a map, you don't see in a Google search. These are the things that I care about as well. So hopefully you do too. I'd love to know what surprised you most when you moved somewhere new. Was there a commute? Was there something to do with the environment that was a surprise? I would love for you to share that here with me below.